Hello, good to have you again on TechnyFire. I am Dakbo Aruajoy. It is a double-packed future. First, I'll be chilling out with women doing great things in DeFi and Web3. And also, I will be chilling out with young rising stars in the AI-driven marketing. That's talking about the marketing mentorship program. I told you it is a double-packed program. In the heart of the University of Lagos beats NIT Hub, Nigeria's digital powerhouse, powered by NITDA. NIT Hub empowers youth, builds ecosystems, nurtures startups, and drives inclusion nationwide, turning bold dreams into realities that lift millions. I am Dakbo Aruajoye. Over the years, I have dedicated myself to amplifying tech voices and fueling startups from ground up. Now, right here at NIT Hub, Unilag, we forge a groundbreaking collaboration, explosive, purposeful, and unstoppable. MVP made in Nigeria transforms minimum viable products into most valued products, rooted in our culture and wisdom. MVPs to MVPs. Technology ignites the journey. Southwest Flagship Edition, awakening Yoruba-powered innovation through bootcamps in every Southwest state: Lagos, Ogun, Oyo, Osun, Ondo, and Ekiti. Every participant undergoes a metamorphosis, mentored, skilled, uplifted. Whether they win or not, lives are forever changed. And we are just starting. We will awaken this fire across every geopolitical zone of Nigeria, every nook and cranny. Founders, sponsors, visionaries, the moment is now. Join us. The fire is ready. Press the button. Let Nigeria lead Africa's digital future. Let's build our own intelligence, AI that truly understands us, native tech, sovereign innovation. MVPs to MVPs. For more enquiries, visit www.mvps2mvps.com. Now let's join visionaries at the Women in DeFi Summit 2026. From fintech to blockchain, these women are doing great for the future of decentralized finance.
Just posting about Web3, and I was just so consistent. I decided to learn more about Web3. So ever since then, I haven't looked back.
My name is Bio Francis, and I'm a Web3 communications and growth strategist. And one of the things that drew me into the Web3 space initially was actually meme coin trading. I started the Web3 space trading memes because I was thinking it's something that you can just put in little money and then you get like fast money and multiply your income. And at the end of the day, I discovered it wasn't so pleasant because I lost money at the end of the day. And I think one of the things that made me to try to learn more about it was because I was really curious about how the whole space works, because I felt that if I'm losing money on this, that means someone is getting money. So how do I understand how the ecosystem works?
My name is Muturayo Karim, popularly known as the Global Mutsun. I am a Web3 community manager. I'm also a career coach, and I do partnerships management, project management, and also Web3 marketing.
Joining Women in DeFi community has influenced me and also played a huge role in my growth, both physically and also professionally. It gave me a safe space to learn, to ask questions, and also to connect with other Web3 ladies in the space. And also, I had the opportunity to work in Women in DeFi team as a community moderator in 2023. And with even little experience. And through that, I was able to gain so many experience and learn so many things.
Today is the Women in DeFi Summit, our flagship conference where we gather ladies, women, girls that are looking to build, or those are just like curious about the blockchain technology, or those that know about Web3, right? To come together to learn, to connect, to interact with one another. So, I mean, the organization is something that's been in existence for a very long time. I think this is our fourth year now. And so last year, we decided that we want to have a flagship conference at least once every year where we can bring together all of our community members from across different parts of the world. And yeah, that's what we're celebrating today, the second edition. Women in DeFi is a Pan-African non-profit organization that empowers African girls and women with skills as well as access and tools to build a career in the blockchain and Web3 space. Because if you actually check statistics right now, you find out that like, if we bring it down to Web3, we now have high participation of women in the Web3 space. But where we have a problem is that when you check the workforce, when we look into people that are actively building, people that are leading companies, people that are startup founders or building and products, that's where we have like 3%. We have a staggering 3% representation of women across those places. Even when you check for venture capitals or you check people that are funders, right, we have very, very minimal representation over there. But now when you talk about like people who know about blockchain, people who interact with the blockchain, we have a lot of women there. Yeah. So that's what I would say. Like when it comes to like leadership, when it comes to like leading the room, when it comes to being in the right seat, we do not have enough representation there, and that is where the problem lies.
Dr. Tell me, for people that do not know, what is Web3 or what is DeFi?
Okay. So we all know what the technology space is already, right? So Web3 is literally just tech, but now utilizing blockchain technology, right? So it's basically the same thing where you have your Google, you have your Microsoft and everything. It's pretty much the same thing, but the only difference now is you are interacting with all of these websites while leveraging on blockchain technology, which is actually a decentralized digital ledger that gives everyone the opportunity to interact with the internet without needing a third party or an intermediary.
So why are you here today?
I love women's spaces to start with, and women's spaces in tech and crypto. It has been something I've pursued, looking for such communities online and having to network with those kind of women here physically, and women that I've always read about and seen their Twitter pages. It feels good to connect with them today and actually see them and hear what they have to tell us.
So at the end of the day, what do you think this event will do to you?
I think I will gain broader perspectives, especially from women that are not just hoping to be in the field, but women that are actually already in the field, especially in relation to Africa, the Africa virtual asset space, and what it means for women that want to thrive in such space. So I'm looking to hear from them, women that have actually already built a space for themselves in here.
I'm majorly in the Web2 space, trying to like transition into Web3, and DeFi is something that's it's like a new tech, right? That we're trying to like get into. So me as a person, I like solving problems, and I'm also into finance. So it's just like mixing both of them together, and Web3 is definitely the right place for me to be in.
I'm not the kind of person that just love putting my head in one basket. So I've done a course in cybersecurity before. And when I saw this, I was like, why not? And tech. My twin brother is also into the information technology space. So I thought that this would actually help me. And since I'm actually trying to take another course in data analytics, which is going to help me in my career currently. So that's why I'm here today.
So at the end of the day, what do you feel? Do you think women are really into tech or they need more encouragement?
Actually, I think if I should weigh it, I would say like at now we have like 60% of women into tech, and I feel like if there are more sensitization or something like this, women will actually show up because women are actually ruling and they are taking over the tech space actually.
Because I want to learn more about Web3. I just got onboarded, so and luckily for me, I heard about this event and I'm in Lagos, so I decided that it would be a better opportunity for me to at least get clarity on a lot of things I want to know more about in the Web3 space. And normally before, women are not always into tech, but now seeing like a large number of women now want to come into tech, people like me, I'm happy because making money is not for only men. So when I see women that want to strive to do more, I like it. So they should be encouraged more to join the space.
Well, first off, I love the idea of bringing innovating women
into the tech space, because we all grew up with the misconceptions that women are not supposed to do certain things. And once I just saw women in DeFi, I was like, okay. Then I saw that there's a summit, and I'm like, I have to be here because this is just what I want. This is where I want to be, basically.
So what do you think being here today will do to you?
First, it's going to expand my knowledge about DeFi and about opportunities too. There are a lot of sponsors here. I can learn one or two from them. And from our amazing speakers, I can also get one or two from them too. It's just to broaden my knowledge about DeFi, women, and the technical space, most especially.
Okay, I'm always a tech lover, so I plan to do both tech and healthcare together.
How do you want to do that?
I'll find a way. I don't know yet. I've not figured it out, but I'll find a way to do both. Yeah.
Well, the passion for tech is just
Yes, it's just there.
It would expand my knowledge on ideas, thinking, and new information about Web3, technology, personal branding. I'm really interested in that and the new wave going forward. So.
What do you intend to do with tech?
What do I intend to do with tech? I think in systems, and I like to connect things from ideation to, I like to build ideation to launch. What I intend to do with tech is to find spaces in retail, different industries in which we can enable that. For example, I have my brand here, even the beauty space. So we now have NFC chips embedded in nails, for example, where you can just share, instead of sharing out business cards, you can literally just tap your nails to someone's phone and your business share your portfolio. So enhancing experiences in each sector is what I love to do. Okay, so this is Niva. The brand is called Niva, and it's a personal nail brand. So in the beauty space, women like to get their nails done, and at the same time, women are trying to come out and be more expressive and take authority in this space. This helps them because it helps with visibility. It helps with personal branding. So whenever you're in a space where you need to share, all you need to do is tap your nail to the person's phone after introduction, and it opens up your work, it opens up your portfolio, what you do, no app. Yes.
Is this something, is it on already?
This is the first in Nigeria. So
It's your own
yes,
initiative.
it's my innovation.
Amazing. The Niva brands.
Yes, the Niva brand.
Okay. So do I need to change every day? Change the nails?
You don't need to change nail every day. So the nails are actually reusable and they can stay to 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
Yes.
So that means I need to have an application on the phone.
No, you don't need an application on the phone. All you need to do is tap it to the back of your phone and then it opens up.
I'm here today as a keynote speaker to speak to women in Web3, women involved in decentralized finance, to just charge them and encourage them that women can move from participation to power in this industry.
So tell me about your topic. What did you discuss?
Like I said earlier, I spoke about women in leadership, participation to power. And what I made sure to do is to first of all lay the foundation as to where we are in the development space, where we are in decentralized finance, so that the women even see the problem. And with that, understand and identify the opportunities that are in that space. With that, I was able to help them know that we've moved beyond the conversations on giving women access. That's still very important, but some of the women here already have access. They need to move to the next stage, which is owning that space and understanding that they can do a lot more. I also shed light on the fact that community has really helped us in this space. You know, back in the days, our mothers, they practicalized and they were part of doing a job and whatnot. So they already laid the foundation, and now is the time to even take that further, helping them understand the opportunities that are available for them. They just need to latch onto it and believe that every woman needs them, and they themselves have the capacity and power to go beyond in this industry.
What do you think a summit like this would do to the psychic of women, really, and women that are interested in technology?
I think that first, it will steer in them that this is possible. If you're having a summit at this capacity, you're already showing that this is happening and it's going on, right? So for other women who want to get into this space, they can now access a community. They now know of one that exists and they can be a part of it. They would also learn how people who have gone before them have been able to do these things. And so I think that it is a very key effect that would give a ripple effect in their lives, in their career, and in fact, in the nation as a whole, provided that women take charge and own these things.
Women in DeFi is an organization that's on a mission to build 2 million women in the DeFi and blockchain space. Now, this summit is an annual summit that brings together women from different parts of the industry to teach them to, just converse about the different things that are happening, the ways to move forward, the ways to collaborate, the ways to build. Especially this year, we're more focused on pushing women to build more things in the space, build more products, lean into building infrastructure, not just earning, from the space, but building and getting other people involved and, creating jobs, creating opportunities for other people like themselves.
So what do you think this will do to women generally in tech?
I think that first of all, what it'll do to women is once you give, again, I'm very women centric, so I believe that once you give a woman a platform, you've empowered, double of the number that you were expecting. If you were expecting 10 million, expect to be impacting 20 million, So if you're seeing 500 to 1,000 women today, imagine that that's a ripple effect for what? 5,000 to 10,000 people in the coming months. So you know that the tech industry in Nigeria is in very good hands when you look at these women.
Now let's turn our attention to the Marketing Mentorship Program Demo Day, where the next generation of data-driven marketers are emerging.
I didn't learn that until I was hit on the side of the head.
This is the second edition. During the course of this registration, we had over 300 people across over 8 countries express their interest for this cohort. We shortlisted just 30 of them, very intentional. We're trying to be very exclusive with it so that we are sure that we have very serious minds that would then take our vote of confidence for the future. For the mentees, you have learned from your peers. You have learned from your mentors one-on-one. You've also learned from industry experts. And we're very, very confident that you would make impact within the industry. To my mentors, thank you so much for being here. I'm grateful to every one of you, despite your busy schedule. I wouldn't want to make this, I had a lengthy speech, but we had to make it quite short. So thank you so much. And who can remember what M1 says every time? Let's play to win, guys. It's been an 8-week mentorship program where mentees or young marketing professionals have had the opportunity to learn from, renowned industry players within the space. So this is a combination of the whole gathering where mentees would then show forth. They had an opportunity to work on a capstone brief. So they will be presenting their feedback on the capstone brief to the judges for a wonderful prize. So we had observed a trend, the need to future-proof the marketing leaders within the space, marketing professionals that can actually deliver results in the business room, not just speaking, but showing numbers. And so marketing is not perceived as a cost center or promotional center alone, right? How do we then, create the individuals that can actually speak business language and deliver on business and brand results? That's the idea. And so we brought in individuals with track records that have done it, not just in Nigeria. And our cohorts also are from different countries in Africa. We have people from Tanzania, Rwanda, Ghana, Kenya, participating and joining virtually as we have here. So the goal is that we can then future-proof the quality of our marketing leaders, to be grounded, not just the theory, but have practical and first-hand experiences with these individuals as well. As part of our guest faculty, we had a training on digital marketing, but creating systems and how they leverage AI now as marketing professionals. That was one gap we also observed in the first cohort, and we see how technology is changing the whole of marketing as it is today. So they got to learn how to leverage AI and incorporate it into their systems, to deliver on business and brand results. A lot, end-to-end. Analytics, data analytics. Now you can predict better. Now you can create better content. Now you can precisely, communicate and engage with your customers, and also analyze whatever measurement you need to analyze for your campaign, leveraging AI. We've seen the scale in execution and the speed in ideation, leveraging AI in that regard. So it encapsulates a lot from ideation through execution. It just boils down to how companies are integrating it, and we've seen a high level of adoption and the need for regulation even within that space.
A viral moment. It will come from systems that have been built. Absolutely. So it's not that she doesn't like breakfast, it is that it's not convenient. So
MMP program is actually a very promising one for the marketing industry because one of the challenges we've identified is the gap in having very good, well-baked marketeers. And we see that because of the brain drain, and we see a lot of, gap, and we're not able to get the kind of personnel that we need. But with this kind of mentorship program, it's intentional in building the perfect marketeers that we actually need. So they go through a lot of training, both with the program they are running and also kind of being attached to organizations as well, and being attached to mentors who are well experienced. So this gives them the kind of experience that they need to actually understand what they need to do as marketeers, and that will help us to build the manpower that we need, the appropriate manpower that we need in the marketing industry. Recently, I was in a group discussion, and someone was asking, if you have a team who is more, would you rather have a team who is more technically inclined or culturally inclined? And my response to that was that being technically or technologically inclined is actually the current culture. So that's the whole thing. So I'm more leaned towards being culturally inclined because technology is now part of the culture. Tell me a marketeer who is saying I have experience without actually understanding what the consumers are doing currently. So for you to execute, like we had our keynote speaker, for you to execute properly, you need to have a proper insight of the consumers. And the consumers today are all technologically inclined. So there's no execution, there's no proper execution today without technology. So that is part of the package as being a proper marketer.
that is universal to your target audience.
I randomly saw it on a day on LinkedIn and I applied for the program. So I had a real time talking with my mentor. It was really, really helpful all through the process. We always have a call on WhatsApp sometime, or we engage each other on Teams, and it break down really, it usually break down very complex subjects to me in my own understanding, and I could just see myself doing marketing in the long time, in 3 years.
Okay, so tell me, they taught you how to infuse technology into all this. So tell me about that.
Yeah.
How would that help you later?
Okay, so infusing technology in all of this thing would be for digital marketing, because digital marketing is literally the future, and technology has played a large role in digital marketing. And you could see that the young generations today, especially the Gen Z, they are doing well with technology and digital. So it's only okay if the whole world would play along. So everybody should play along with the idea of technology and marketing.
Okay, so I randomly saw this link and I was very interested because I newly just got into marketing and I just needed that platform to, where I can leverage and learn more. And, I honestly thought it was a platform where so many of us are going to be admitted into the system. But at the end of the day, I realized just only 30 people out of like over 300 were selected. And then I knew that, okay, it was for a reason. And over the last 8 weeks, I have learned so much, from learning strategic insights, knowing how to position a brand properly. And big shout out to my mentor, Emeka Obia. He made himself available on a weekly basis and made sure that it was able to attend to me whenever necessary. So, yeah, I'm very grateful to the organizers of the program for this wonderful opportunity. Okay, so when we look at some of the ads that are being shot and, some of like the creative expressions, we can see that we have gone beyond, regular using your Canva, using your Figma and all of those like software apps that we use to now leveraging AI, which allows us to work smarter and faster and, bring characters to life, better deliver your storytelling and just like put all together all you've been trying to communicate with your audience so that such that it's easier for them to resonate with it. So I believe that it's like, very instrumental in the growth of marketing as an industry in general.
And then yes, you're in the creative industry, but now there has to be structure too. She's still off the back of what we're talking about. She said there has to be structure to madness. We have a lot of people that
they're gonna be like, are you joking? I need 100 big ideas. So by the time you grow your muscles on 100 big ideas, come on, you then become a one-man army. What that means is that you stretch yourself.
From the frontiers of DeFi to the cutting-edge AI marketing, the future of tech in Africa is looking bright. And it's been an insightful time with these innovators. And that's where we'll draw the curtains on this episode. I am Dakpo Arua Joye. See you next time on TechnyFire.